Welcome back, everybody. Dana has some strong feelings about wearing hats forward or backwards, apparently. It's an opinion that I was not aware of, but I gathered a very tight tongue lashing.
Tongue lashing?
Tongue lashing.
No, Isaiah asked me forwards or backwards in regards to his hat. And I said, well, before he finished his sentence, backwards. Always. The answer is always backwards. And I said 100% of the time the answer is backwards. But maybe I'm changing that to 99.5. And the 0.5 percentage is if you're like outside in the desert sun and it's blinding you and you need a shield. So maybe I'll give you 1%.
What if you're wearing a cowboy hat or a sombrero or one of those Hawaiian weave basket hats? Then what?
Those don't go backwards. There's just one way. We're talking about snapbacks, the hats you're wearing. Even like baseball hats. Most of the time I feel like backwards is better. Backwards is better.
Yeah.
Especially in a snapback. Like it's the straight brim thing. Forwards is just
Yeah, it does look a little weird.
It's really weird. It like gives, I don't know. It doesn't, nothing good. So unless the sun is actually a problem, backwards. And even when, because I have, like when we were in Hawaii, I've worn a flat snapback forwards because of the sun. And like, it just feels so stupid. It looks stupid. It feels stupid. But if you need it to block the sun, then okay, I will allow that. But just forward regular. No,
nope,
not my cup of tea.
No. Does it work on anybody? Is there anybody that you would allow to?
Yes. Some people
such as
can pull it off. Oh, I don't have anyone like front of mind, but there are certain people who can pull it off. It's kind of like the tattoo thing. Like there are certain people that look really good with tattoos and have that as part of their look. But if someone else had the same tattoos, like they can't pull it off, then it's not a good look.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm
not saying that I like the forward flat. What is that called? Flat bill?
Flat brim. Because it's a brim of a hat. Don't go down this path with me. It's a flat brim. Or a flat bill, that's fine too. It's the bill of a hat too. Technically,
I think we should take a poll on what people say. Flat brim or flat bill.
Let us know in the comments, please.
I forgot what I was even saying. Oh yeah, so I'm like, some people can pull it off. Yes, for their style and their look. I'm not saying that I like that though, necessarily. But I can see like some people like, yeah, that works for you. But for you as my husband, I'm going to say 99% backwards.
No, I agree. I think backwards typically looks better on me as well. I was just trying it out though. I didn't know. I hadn't worn this hat front ways. You want me to turn that back on?
Turn what back on?
Oh, I just turned the volume down.
Oh, well, I think that either you need to be watching it or we need to take a pause to see what the heck she's doing.
I'll watch it.
It's very distracting to me as the mother.
I got it.
Who's very attentive.
You are very attentive. Every little detail. In a good way.
Of course it's
maybe not every little detail, but... Well, I mean, there's certain... Okay. Let's just back up what road we're going down.
What road are we going down?
Not this one.
I think this is one where you are cliff diving.
No, I mean, you're very attentive in a good way. I mean, people can be over attentive. That's a thing. Don't you think?
Yes. I mean, I think that's the whole definition of helicopter parenting.
Yeah. That makes sense. We all do that from time to time. I do it more than you do, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a helicopter parent. The only time I'm a helicopter parent is like when we're at the playground and has potential to fall off a death cliff.
Where do you think that comes from? Is it like something that you just like woke up one day and like felt, or
What do you mean? Trying to protect my child from not falling?
yeah, I mean, like some people.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. So I think some people aren't attentive enough to their kids, and some people I think are too attentive to their kids. Like you got to give them enough like room to have some risks and go down the slide by themselves, or have the potential to fall down somewhere, because they got to learn.
Yeah, but when
they have
it's
to learn
just
things.
when she's not even a year and a half old and it's just a straight drop off at the playground, there's not like a step, because it's like a drop off where you're supposed to go to like the next thing. But if she's too small to reach that, it doesn't really, like, I don't think she has the concept of like stepping and then just nothing being there for 5-6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that's
She hasn't figured that out yet, but she will. I'm not trying to give her too much rope that she can hang herself. I'm just trying to give her a little bit of rope.
Hang herself?
You've never heard that saying?
Why would you use that in this context?
I don't know. It's a phrase that is used if you give somebody a little bit too much rope.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was, I think, maybe a different choice of analogies there would have been better.
Well, you don't want I don't know, another analogy for that off the top of my head right now. I just don't.
This is making me very wide-eyed. Okay, but we're not here to talk about our parenting, because apparently that's something we need to talk about another time.
Now you make me sound like a bad parent.
You're not a bad parent. I just don't know why you would use an analogy like that. Anywho, today is gray outside, like Isaiah's outfit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a lot of bit. It's been cloudy all day. My outfit's still white and gray and then light blue.
I think we could argue about if that's light blue.
It's like the faintest of light blues.
It's definitely gray with maybe a bluish hue. Is she sleeping?
Yes, she's asleep.
Okay, I have to start my mom timer. Okay, I have some questions for you.
I'm listening.
These questions are about
I feel very unprepared for this.
You should be very prepared. It's questions about me that you are supposed to answer. And then I can judge how good your answer was.
I don't feel like I want to roll today.
What's my weirdest habit?
And
I don't have answers for these. So I'm just...
Oh, so this is just blank slate, whatever I say is.
Yeah, like I didn't come up with answers for these. I just want to know what you think.
What is your weirdest habit? Yes, I'm going to sound like I'm sucking up, but it's very hard for me to figure out what is weird about you. I'm supposed to have quick answers for stuff like this. I have no idea.
You can't think of one weird habit about me?
No.
Remember when we talked about reflection?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you need me to move on?
Yeah, go to the next question. I'll come back to that one.
If I were a character in a TV show, who would I be? I have to shake my shaker bottle. I hope it's not loud. Okay, it's not loud. I don't have the actual shaker ball in there that makes it loud. Oh, it was a little bit open. Okay. I feel like that's one of, like, if you know situations. The friggin' shaker bottles, the blender bottles that we all know and love. If you've ever been to a gym for like more than 2 days in a row, you probably are familiar with the blender bottle. But now they have all sorts of fancy stuff. But I'm pretty sure anyone who's used a blender bottle for any length of time has done the thing where you shake it when it's not all the way closed. And I just did that, but it didn't go anywhere. I've done this in my car with like a red pre-workout. That was not great.
Yeah, that's not good. You kind of have, that's not a weird thing about you, but you do have a habit of like spilling things in cars.
That's true.
It's not weird, but it's a habit.
Yeah, I need to put a towel in my car for that very purpose. Okay, but when I I was working at a job one time and it was like corporate swag, and we did blender bottles, but they were different, not the ones that they sell regular. It was like a different top. And I'm trying, the top it looked kind of like this, but it screwed. The top screwed in.
Mm-hmm.
And so the number of times that like me and people that I worked with shook those, and then it went everywhere because you're so used to just like putting your finger on the top and shaking it.
Good branding.
But when it's a screw top, even though you have your finger on there, like it doesn't matter because you need to screw it in. And I had to throw it away because just muscle memory. Anyway, I can't put the little ball in there because usually I work out when the baby's sleeping, and I am not taking the risk of having a little wire making all that noise. So I just shake it with nothing in there.
Valid concern.
This is my leftover pre-workout from my workout this morning because I have such a hard time now getting through my whole bottle of pre-workout.
Why?
Because my time to drink it is also my time to work out. And so it's very limited. Like back before I had a baby, when I was single, I could happily make pre-workout at my house or my apartment and then drink it in joy on my drive to the gym. And it was like the best time of my day. And then I go to the gym and I've finished my pre-workout, and then I can fill my cup up with water. But now it's like, no, you put the baby down for a nap, and you have maybe, hopefully, at least 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours if you're really lucky, that she naps. But I have to like do all of the things, anything I have to do around the house, anything I have to do on my computer, plus a workout. So like, and plus I have to like get mentally prepared. So yeah, usually my pre-workout is like probably kicking in when I'm finishing my workout. Anyway, I haven't had very much caffeine today, so I'm finishing this.
Pre-workout's a good way to go if you're going to subsidize something.
Subsidize something?
Yeah, you're subsidizing.
Is the government paying me for this? Do you know what subsidize means?
Substituting.
Okay. What was the question? I asked you, TV character, who would I be?
Yeah, in a movie? See, that's the problem. You've infected my brain with lack of movie watching. I don't think I've watched a movie in...
Well, the question was TV character, but if you would like to expand it to movies, that's fine.
Oh, TV character. You'd probably be Monica from Friends.
I don't know how I feel about that. Why?
That's probably the level of organization and cleanliness and constant wild stories.
Okay, I guess that's acceptable.
I think that's like very good comparison.
Yeah. I've only watched Friends the one time all the way through, and we finished that years ago, so I'm not like a diehard Friends. I really enjoyed it, but I cannot watch shows or movies or anything more than one time anymore. When we were kids and like we only had 12 DVDs and we just like watched those movies over and over and over, that was one thing. But now I can't.
One and done.
Pretty much.
That might be a weird thing about you. Can't watch anything a second time.
Yeah. Even like if I absolutely love it, I don't want to watch it again, because then we start watching it and then my brain starts remembering what's going to happen and I'm bored with
So
it.
You're never going to watch the Kardashians over again?
No.
So one episode and done. You don't go back to watch the episode to notice different things? No?
No.
I was just asking about your case study.
No. The only situation that I might do that is if I watch it on my own and then I'm watching it a second time with someone else because they want to watch it.
Mm.
But then I probably would ruin it because I'm a talker during...
This is accurate. We make it about anything that we watch. We make it about 3 minutes, and then Dana has to pause it and say something.
Yeah.
And then that thought could go for 20 minutes or more. And then we press play again. 3 minutes later or less, we hit the pause button again. New thought.
Yeah, this is actually why Isaiah married me, why I married Isaiah maybe, because this is a characteristic that many people dislike with a strong passion. Like a movie, a show, a YouTube talker, someone who talks during a show. Lots of people cannot stand that. And I do it.
Notoriously.
Yes. And I've always done it. I haven't always realized that I do it, and it's definitely gotten worse now that I've kind of shifted the things that I watch. But yeah, a lot of people, that's like a really big pet peeve. So the fact that you accept it and even entertain it and lean into it, that's really why our marriage works. It's true. So many people would like hate me and have divorced me by now because of how much I want to talk. But it's like, I don't want to just sit there and, what's the word? Like when you do nothing, absorb. I don't want to just sit there and absorb. If I'm going to sit down and watch something, I want to learn from it and notice things and pick up on patterns and talk about it, like make it applicable.
Dude, so okay, we were at the grocery store and I was having such a hard time finding you in the grocery store because there's just so many people there today, and I'm like looking, and I started to follow this one person because I thought it was you at first because they had a baby and were dressed similar build. And then, like, I realized that it wasn't you. And so, like, I was like, oh, shoot. So I stopped and I'm looking around the grocery store again. And then I finally see you and you and the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Over in the corner. Anyway, it occurred to me that everything is pattern recognition. Everything. Because it's like, all right, so this certain amount of, like, photons makes up this color. And then this color is like laid on top of this color. And then that, is set on this person that has a certain build or whatever. It's a pattern. Everything is a pattern. Like, this is shaped a certain way. So, like, my brain is trained to look for a certain pattern. And then, like, when you see it, like, that's like, oh, okay, now I know X. Everything
so I'm just a pattern to you?
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
Just another triangle in my life.
No, but like everything is pattern recognition because it's all like a certain amount of data that's like coming to you, and it's registering. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's registering in your brain that like that's a certain thing because of X, and so like it's all about the pattern and the feedback that you're getting from that pattern. So I was just thinking about that, and I was like, wow, dude, everything's pattern recognition. So if you can take and, all right, yeah, there's basic patterns like what you're wearing, but then how do you start to like look at complex patterns and like see them everywhere and then utilize the pattern recognition to your benefit? That's
like how to find your wife.
Yeah,
buy the bananas.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even that. So, like, how people go through grocery stores typically follows a certain pattern. Like, that everything is set up so that you first, when you go into a store or into a grocery store, almost always, without fail, the right turn through the front door is to the produce section, always. And then as you go around the back, you'll typically have like some kind of like meat along the backside. It always, sets up next to the produce section. And then after that, you have your dairy and whatever else. And then it's always the frozen section following on the other side. And so it's always a pattern when you go through there. So like, how do you just like use those patterns to your benefit, But also you have to ask yourself, okay, if this pattern is set up like this, what am I being trained to do? What am I being trained to think here? Yes, I can. I was having a day in the grocery store today.
So what are you being trained in the grocery store for?
I don't know. I got to reflect on that some more. I don't know. I don't like grocery stores. Grocery stores make me uncomfortable.
I hate that place where we all buy our food.
Well, I don't really like it just because like it feels like there's so much junk in it. Okay, so this is a prime opportunity to bring up my thought from last night. So we were making dinner.
You had to take a breath.
Dude, I'm on a roll.
Remember the pauses? Yeah, but you can't. It's hard to keep up because you haven't taken a breath. So you gotta take a pause so I can reflect on like what are we talking. He was just trying to find me in the grocery store. Now I don't know where we are. Okay, your thought from last night was what?
My thought from last night was about like well, now that you slowed me down, my brain slowed down.
Oh.
When we were making dinner, I was just like appreciating how everything makes me feel so clean and so good. Like the food that we've been eating has been better. Excuse me. But it's been better, and it feels over a long term, it makes me feel cleaner. But you know, prior to me being with you, I didn't have the best diet. I was eating a lot of pizza, eating a lot of junk, go to fast food restaurants all the time. But then, like, I've done that for so long that, like, some of that stuff still, like, sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. I know it's not good. Like, as soon as I eat it, I'm going to hate it. It's going to taste good for the 5 seconds that I'm eating it. And then it's going to be like, oh, dude, I feel like garbage. Like, eating McDonald's. McDonald's always does that. It's just, ugh. So disgusting.
It blows my mind that McDonald's is still, like, a thriving, popular place to eat. So I haven't had, I haven't had McDonald's in, I don't know, decades, except McFlurries, which we just watched a video about the conspiracy theory with why the McFlurry machines are always broken, but that's for another time.
Yeah, that's a trippy one.
This is so interesting. This just like popped up, and I was like, oh, that immediately moved to number one on the things.
That was Ian Carroll on Candace, right?
I don't know.
I think it was. Anyway, yeah, McDonald's is just gross. Just like fast food in general is just so gross. Like, obviously, we all have our vices and things, but like as a whole, it doesn't make you feel good once you eat it. Like Taco Bell, trash. Wendy's, trash. McDonald's, definitely trash. Dairy Queen, trash.
The first time Isaiah and I went to Wendy's together, I thought he was joking. It was new. We had been dating for like 3 weeks or something, and he suggested we go to Wendy's, and I literally laughed out loud because I thought it was a joke. And then it was not a joke.
To Wendy's. I'm lucky she still married me.
Is my sound up?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Do you want to be up higher?
I don't know. I'm just saying that. I feel like it should be higher, but
I'll turn it up.
Okay, so we were making dinner last night. Annie's our cat. She always makes an appearance. Now she's licking cords. Okay, so we're getting distracted.
Back to this thought from last night.
Yes.
Yeah, so like this food makes me feel terrible. And I almost feel
not the food from last night.
Yeah, not the food from last night. Just like junk food, fast food, like just all the fructose crap. Anyway, I kind of feel like almost like a Frankenstein like concoction of like the system. Like it feels like I was fed all of this food. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not blaming anybody for like, you know, feeding me this food. I mean, I made that decision most of my life, but you're like advertised with all this stuff like, oh, this is so great. Like, you ever see like a McDonald's commercial? It looks great.
So you're saying by eating that kind of food, McDonald's and fast food, then you don't have enough brain cells to think clearly?
No, I mean, that could play a part. Brain fog's probably part of that. That's definitely true. But what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like, you know, I've been like a lot of me has been built by eating this type of food and stuff, because like you have to have food to grow and whatever. So like I feel like I've been built by this like junk food titan, and like now I'm just like a Frankenstein thing that is trying to like change from that and like become normal again, become natural again, become healthy again. And so like eating the clean food, like my taste buds initially like don't want it because I know it doesn't taste as good, that instant gratification of like all the junk food. But after I eat it, I sleep better, I feel better, I don't have brain fog. I'm just a happier, healthier person all the way around. And I was like, dude, like, even if it doesn't sound like it's going to taste good, just eat it anyway because you know you'll be better on the other side. But like, that's the thing though. Like, it's just like in your mind because you're like, oh, can meat and vegetables and rice really be that good? Doesn't sound like it. It's only got salt and pepper on it. Maybe some ground mustard.
It definitely does sound that good to me.
Yeah, but you're not a product of the system. You've been eating healthy for years. So like for somebody like me, that's a little bit different. But man, dude, is it great.
Yeah, I think that was because when I did start eating healthy, I think we talked about this before, I did a Whole30. And part of that, I mean, for the 30 days, I feel like I'm a Whole30, like, advertiser. I'm not. But I just did it, and it opened my eyes up to a lot of these things, which I think now the Whole30 has, like, kind of changed paths a little, so I don't know that I would recommend the new Whole30. Anyway, but when you do it for the 30 days, you can't have things like gum or like aspartame that's in a lot of other things. And I thought, because I love gum, I'm a big gum gal. And especially like when I did this at the time, I always had gum. And so for me, I was like, gum, you know, that seems like such a small thing. Why can't I have that? But they go into why. And it's because most gum is, if it's sugar-free gum, and has aspartame in it, and something like aspartame and these other like sugar replacements are something, it was something like 500 times sweeter than anything you could find in nature. So like take a strawberry compared to a piece of gum. Like your piece of gum might not feel like it's the sweetest thing on the planet, but what it's doing chemically to your brain, like you just cannot, if you consume that type of stuff, you just cannot compete. Nature can't compete with that because you're not going to find anything in nature that is that artificially sweet. So then therefore your brain chemically is going to crave that level of sweetness. And then if you're trying to like fulfill that with berries, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you have to cut that stuff out basically completely in order for the berries to taste like the sweetest thing.
No, that's part of what I was noticing. Like,
yeah,
as long as I keep like junk food like out of my, you know, like my daily routine or anything like that, then like overall everything tastes better. It's like the scales have been lifted off my eyes. I'm like, oh wow, dude, there's this whole world of great food that I haven't been taking advantage of because everything's buried in preservatives and sugars and fructose and garbage. That's what I think. Well, let's take a pause real quick. We're going to restart the video. Were you going to go straight to another
question?
Yeah.
Yes, but I have one thought that pertains to that I've told you about, that I realized the other night, because I feel like generally speaking I eat pretty healthy, but ice cream is my kryptonite. And we haven't had, so like if we have ice cream in the house, like I want to have it at night as my snack. So we haven't had ice cream in the house for the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is really good. And then I have like figs or actual cacao instead, or raisins.
Dude, I was just telling Joe yesterday about how you were saying the other day that cacao, like if he went to buy a candy bar from the vending machine, and he was just like, dude, I could totally go through like a whole bag of Dove chocolates right now. But if I was telling him, like, if you don't eat all that sugar and stuff and you just eat straight cacao like it's supposed to be, your body's going to change and it's going to appreciate that more. So anyway, I was just,
I actually do like cacao. Like I eat 100% cacao, which when you first do it, it's like, if you're expecting what you know as chocolate, it tastes nothing like that, because for most chocolates, and I'm doing quotations with my fingers, the first ingredient is sugar. and then like maybe a few things, and then you get to cacao. So it's like not actually chocolate.
It's just sugar with cacao on it.
Yeah. So now, like when I go to the store and I want to buy like chocolate chips or something, like I will get like 60% cacao sometimes, just because you can't really find 100% cacao in chip forms unless you get like nibs, which sometimes you don't want nibs, you want chips. Anyway, what was my point with this? So I'll look at the ingredients, and if it's not actually cacao, most of the time it's sugar. Like even the Hershey's dark chocolate, which they're delicious, but it's sugar and then other stuff, and then somewhere in the mix there's cacao. Anyway, we haven't had ice cream, but I was noticing the last night that we did, I had a little bowl of just vanilla bean ice cream with mini M&Ms, because it's either mini M&Ms or Oreos in my ice cream. Again, this is my kryptonite. So I had that. Maybe I'm mixing this up. I'm trying to think about what. Okay. So no. So this was this was after the ice cream is gone. So I didn't have ice cream. I had a fig bar, not a fig bar. I don't have a brain. Dried figs. I had dried figs with, I think it was 60%, maybe 72% cacao chips. So that's like a great little snack, right? In place of ice cream and M&Ms. But then I ate the last of the chocolate chips. So then I was like, well, I'll just get some of the mini M&Ms that we still have left over. And I ate those with my fig. And it was so gross. And then I had this thought, like, okay, when I eat my mini M&Ms with the ice cream, it's amazing. And those are arguably both quote unquote bad foods. But when I eat my figs with my mostly cacao, which I would call mostly good foods, then like those two things together. But when you put like a good food, a healthy food with a non-healthy food together, it's so gross.
Yeah.
But then if you like mix any whole foods, it usually works. Like pick any fruits and you put two of them together and like you can make it work. Like blueberries and blackberries, or bananas and strawberries, or grapes and raspberries.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, but then you mix like M&Ms with egg. And it's gross. So it was just an interesting thought. Like, But if I mix like, I don't know, maybe I'm going.
No, I mean, I think it's completely valid. If you're it's I don't know, it's like complicated math, but the processed stuff is just so different. Like your body's not supposed to be ingesting that. And like, I understand everybody, has their vices. Everybody does a little bit here and there. I'm guilty of it. Everybody's guilty of it. But like, don't make that your whole diet. Your main courses is junk food. Like, we wonder why the United States is like 72% obese.
Okay, I think we're getting off course.
I'm a little off course.
Yeah, I think we're way off course. Let's go back to our questions. What? Okay, here's a sort of related one. What snack would I smuggle into a movie theater?
Mini M&Ms. Or Skittles. Nope, maybe not.
Skittles? Have you seen me eat a Skittle before?
No, I've never seen you eat anything but maybe Twizzlers and mini M&Ms and Oreos.
No, I don't really like mini M&Ms like by themselves. It needs to go with ice cream.
Oh.
What would I smuggle into a movie theater? I don't know. Probably.
I thought I was supposed to answer that question.
Yeah, no, but it did answer it, but
I botched it.
It would be dark chocolate covered almonds. 100%.
That doesn't really count as candy.
It says what snack.
Oh, I thought candy. You said snack. I thought candy. I've always thought of candy and snacks as being synonymous.
Now I'm thinking about what would you smuggle in. I don't know. What would you smuggle in?
You have to answer something first.
We're not very good at this. Probably nicotine. Then you wouldn't want to eat anything.
Yeah, that's a high probability. I'd be a hot dog.
You would smuggle in a hot dog?
Yeah,
How are you smuggling that in?
done that before.
Gross.
Well, it's not that bad.
You'd probably do like,
Super simple.
I don't know what you would do. You pick weird stuff, so it's hard for me to like remember.
I don't know. It depends on how hungry I am going into the. Am I with a girl? Am I by myself? Like, what's the scenario? This is a complicated question.
It's not that complicated. Okay. Let's see what else. What's my most irrational fear? Tricky. You're not ready.
No, I told you I felt unprepared. I don't know. Irrational fear? Your most irrational fear is probably getting eaten by a snake.
Getting it eaten? No.
Having your daughter being stolen by a snake? I don't know.
Stolen by a snake?
I don't know. I'm not aware of any irrational fears that you have. Define an irrational fear.
A fear that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But most of your fear, you're a pretty realistic person. I don't think you have any irrational fears.
No, I can tell you an irrational fear right now.
What's that?
It is driving through the car wash.
I'm sorry?
It's not, yeah, it is a fear. But I'll do it. Like I overcome it, but I don't like it. I love car washes, but I don't like to be the driver.
Why?
Because I don't want to like bump my tires and not be on the track. And then I have all these weird fears about like, what if I don't put my car into neutral at the right time? Or what if like I bump my tires and I don't get on the track and then like a car behind me gets on the track and then it's moving and they bump into me? Or what if I accidentally put my car into drive while I'm still on the track and then like I bump into the car in front of me? Or what if my windows are a little bit cracked or I accidentally put my windshield?
Well, you are way out there.
Or what if my windshield wipers start going? Or if I have a sunroof, if that gets opened? Or like what if I don't? I know, but I have had a sunroof in my life, but I don't right now. You're right. Or what if I like don't exit? What if I exit too early and then I don't get all the way dried off and then I waste my money?
What happened to you in a car wash?
Or what if I exit too slowly and then the car behind me that's still on the tracks like bumps into me?
Who took you to the car wash?
And then I also don't like it when the people dry your car off because I feel awkward and then you're supposed to tip them, but it's like I already paid $12 for this car wash. Like, is the drying a part of it or not? Because if it's extra, I don't I don't want it. But they're just there. They do it. So that's the definition of an irrational fear.
Yeah, that was definitely to the T.
But I just want you to know that I do it. I've done it.
When was
regularly.
The last time you did it?
I don't know.
I'm very proud of you.
No, it was when we went together because remember they asked me if it was my first time here because they were going to give me a free car wash and it wasn't. So I said no. And you were like, why did you say no? They were going to give you a free car wash. And I was like, because I cannot lie. So then we paid $12. So it's okay. I will do it. But yeah, I think I've probably only gone through a car wash by myself like maybe 2 times.
By yourself? In your whole life?
Like by myself when I don't have other people in the car with me. I come from a family that washes cars in the driveway.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, no, I was not a driveway washer.
You must have come from money.
So.
Something like that. Okay. Do you want me to tell your irrational fear?
Yeah. What's my irrational fear?
No, I don't know.
Fear?
I have not pre-thought about this. Your irrational fear. I don't know. This is tricky.
Yeah, it's harder, isn't it? You weren't prepared.
Your irrational fear is getting taken by a snake. Okay, no. I've thought of it. I just had to take 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm
Your
listening.
irrational fear is small, teeny tiny, small little ocean waves.
How's that my irrational fear?
Because I don't know why, but you're afraid of it.
I am?
A calm, small waved ocean Isaiah is uncomfortable with.
Okay, I'm not fearful of it, but I am uncomfortable with it. I do prefer the chaos of larger waves to a calm, flat ocean.
Your other irrational fear is that I'm going to leave.
That feels like a not irrational fear. I mean, I know you're not going anywhere, but
Therefore, it is irrational.
et tu, Brute?
Okay. What, if my life had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
I know, these are hard questions.
These are hard questions because you have a lot of theme songs.
What celebrity would I totally fangirl over? This is a trick question.
This is a trick question. Boy, I'm not up on my pop culture stuff. This is a trick question because you wouldn't fangirl over anybody.
That's the right answer.
I know.
Okay. You would.
At least I got that right.
Yours would be Joe Rogan with Kai Lenny as a hot second.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I don't think I would like lose my shit though. I think I'd just be like, dude, you guys are cool. I dig it. And I've already met Kai Lenny.
Okay, maybe. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe like. I was gonna like mix some UFC fighter names because I don't actually know them. Israel, Assam, Mullah Bidami, Roundtree, kick him down. McGregor. Just kidding. We know one.
What?
All the UFC guys have these names that don't make sense, and you always like act like I know who you're talking about when you say
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Khalil Roundtree.
And who's that one guy? Gaethje.
Gaethje?
Gaethje.
That was.
Do you like have to put a piece of cheese in your mouth before you say it or something?
Yeah, you just say Gaethje.
Okay.
Just smooth.
What? Let's see. What would I buy? No, I don't.
You know, you had the easiest in there. You could have just said Max Holloway.
Max Holloway. We love Max.
But you went with Gaethje.
Well, yeah, because Max Holloway is not a weird name.
No, I know. Oh, that's fair. I guess you were trying to say the weird names from the UFC?
Yeah.
I thought you were just trying to name any UFC fighter.
No, because I could name a UFC fighter that has a regular name, but the ones that you talk about don't have regular names.
Well, that's because all the ones that are at the top right now don't have regular names.
There's something on your eyelash.
Which one?
That one.
Did I get it?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to look at the list and ask me one?
Yeah, I do. Oh, this is a long list.
Yeah, there's different categories. Jarvis helped me with it.
What was my most dramatic moment ever?
Your most dramatic moment ever?
Yeah.
Our wedding.
We had a slight camera malfunction, so we took a quick break, but we're back. So, my most dramatic moment ever was our wedding because of...
Do you want to go into it?
Oh, we could touch on it.
Our wedding was, we were living in Hawaii at the time, but we were getting married in Nebraska. And so I went back early, like 6 weeks early, to finish the wedding planning and do the bridal shower and whatever. And then Isaiah was supposed to come for the wedding. But then you got kicked out of the Marine Corps.
Well, I finished up my trial. Right. So like I was removed from the Marine Corps because I refused to take the COVID vaccine.
This was in 2022.
Yeah. So I went through like all of the legal processes and followed all the rules and everything to still try to maintain all of my benefits and get an honorable discharge because the Marine Corps was refusing to let me refuse the vaccine. So anyway, all of this was going on. My board was going on the whole time that leading up to our wedding. And then I can't remember if it wrapped up right before the wedding or if it was after we got back.
No, it was before. So yeah, in 2021 was when you were required to take the COVID shot if you were in the military, and Isaiah said no. And so this was a very long drawn out process. I'm shortening that, but it ended up being the week. So we got married on a Saturday, and you were supposed to come into town, I think, like that Tuesday. And it was maybe the week it might have been that week.
I think I wrapped it up on Monday.
Yeah. And so it was like a week-long trial or whatever. So we didn't know, obviously, when we were planning the wedding, that then this trial was going to happen basically the week before the wedding. And so it was your most dramatic moment, because the trial could have ended with like you getting kicked out of the military and go to military jail.
Yeah, I mean, there could have been a lot of
instead of the
implications.
wedding.
Yeah.
So basically, we didn't know if Isaiah was actually going to make it to the wedding and then our honeymoon, or what was going to happen. So, and then they did make their decision. It was before the wedding, because we knew that you were getting kicked out, but it was just like on the back end of all of that stress. And then your travel from Hawaii to Nebraska took a little bit of a
detour.
A detour in Utah, because I think just the culmination of all of that kind of slowed you down on getting to Nebraska. So then you spent a night in Utah. And so it's just all these things that I was like, are you going to make it to our wedding? are you coming?
And I was there.
And you were there. And it was a lot, just on the back end of a lot of stressful events.
What's my most annoying but endearing habit?
Your most annoying, but when you try to kiss me while I'm eating food. It's so sweet, but I have food in my mouth.
Just poor timing.
Yeah.
I'll work on my timing.
Next up.
What's a way I've grown since we met?
A lot of ways. You eat healthy-ish food for the most part. You're on board with eating whole foods. Next question.
What's my go-to I'm too tired to cook dinner plan?
Pizza.
But that involves a lot of cooking.
No,
You're talking about ordering pizza?
Ordering pizza. Or, yeah, that's what you would want to do, right?
No, I think I'd have to go with Chipotle, actually.
Yeah, but when have we had Chipotle? Recently.
Not recently.
No.
But there isn't a Chipotle that close. But maybe we should do that next time we don't want to cook food. I'll just go to Chipotle.
Yeah, the problem is it's just like too far. It's too far to be convenient.
Yeah, that's
too
fair.
far to be quick. Which it's really not that far.
What food do I always say I'm craving?
Rice bowls, steak.
Dude, steak is, yeah, that's actually a big thing. Dude, how come people, all right, I have this whole thing. How come you can't just like eat a steak for breakfast?
You can.
I know.
I do.
But why did it completely change at some point throughout history? Because I'm sure somebody out there was eating steaks for breakfast a long time ago, and then cereal came along. And now everybody...
I just made a cup of coffee, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Because it's freezing in our house, because we keep the temperature pretty low for when the baby's sleeping. So during nap time and nighttime, it gets chilly, Medilly.
Who's Medilly? Okay, hold on. There you go. That's it. That might be your weirdest habit, is making up random words for whatever scenario she's in. Chilly, Medilly.
That's so true. I get that from, I don't know if I get it from, but it was really set in stone when I lived with my best friend, Aaron, because we lived together for like 2.5 years in this teeny tiny 900 square foot apartment, and it was the best time ever. And we can't, still to this day, we can't refer to anything as it is. Like grapes aren't grapes, they're grapes. And like sweet potatoes aren't sweet potatoes, they're sweet pots. or just anything. Like coffee is not coffee, it's cafefe. Just everything has to be wrong.
Did you pronounce both of the F's in coffee?
Yeah.
Or is it just one F?
No, it's two.
Are you sure? I think it's just one F now that I think about it, because I think it's COFEE. I don't know.
You could go look at the box.
No, that's too much investment at this point.
It's definitely two of each.
Somebody will correct us and let us know.
Us?
Yeah, we're a team.
Okay. What was the question?
The question was,
I don't remember. But I had an answer. I know that.
yeah, well, give me the answer and I'll find you the question.
No, this is not Jeopardy. I would not be a good Jeopardian. I would not be a good Jeopardian.
Jeopardy candidate.
Nope. Jeopardian.
There we go. Yeah. Boy, these are a lot of questions.
It's just, you just mark them off and you're done. So then you can go into the next one. It's forever. You can keep the list going.
Oh, I see now.
What?
I just understand how you organized it here. What's my go-to flirting move?
Your go-to flirting move with me?
How many other girls am I flirting with?
I don't know. You're
None.
gone a lot. I don't know.
Brady will back me up.
That you're not flirting with women?
Yes.
Your go-to flirting move. I think it's just like, it's taking, I don't know. I don't have a good answer. I don't know that you have a good flirting move.
I don't.
Yeah.
Not these days. It is.
It used to be like just demanding that I go along with your plans.
That's a good move. You make a plan. You complete the plan. This is what we're doing. This is when we're doing it. This is how we're doing it. The end.
Yeah, but I think like it worked when we were dating because it was always fun stuff, and now it's just different, so it doesn't work as well. So I don't know. Maybe you could work on your flirty moves.
I should work on that. Yeah. I could think of some things that I could do to enhance that experience for you.
Probably when you like get me, like buy me flowers or bring me home something. That would be your best, when you surprise me with something.
No, it's cool how these things change.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is definitely different. I used to have game. Don't really have that much game now, except when I bring flowers.
Flowers and other stuff that you think I'll like when we were in Nebraska, and I don't remember what the situation was, but you like ran out and you came home with Renza, which is totally not something that I would like get or have, but since we were in Nebraska, it's like a thing that was sweet.
Good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I knew you liked it, so I just like to do little things that you like.
Yeah, that's I think what I like, when you do stuff that I like without me having to tell you. So actually, I take back my answer. It's not nothing. It's like when you clean up or like do something that's really helpful without me having to ask, and not in a naggy way. Not that you don't do that stuff in a naggy way, but some people do, you know, where it's like, I took out the trash because it was so full and I don't know why you did it, but you don't do it that way.
Yeah, no, like we're supposed to have like it's supposed to be a team effort. Like it's not just your responsibility for the house or my responsibility. Like, yes, we have separate roles to play, but there are still certain things that need to be done. And it doesn't matter who does it. It's whoever is paying attention. And like you should be paying attention to that stuff more often than not, because if you're giving more to the other person, then they're going to want to give more back. It's like any kind of relationship, unless you're in a relationship with a total douche. But if you're in a good relationship in any regard, the more that you give to it, the more that you're going to get back. And it's kind of almost like a selfish thing to do, but like you need to try and serve more people. That's the best way. You ever seen that? I'm sure you've seen that. There's that freaking LinkedIn like thing or whatever that talks about the difference between a leader and a boss. Mm-hmm. And like a boss is just somebody who's like yelling out orders, standing on top of everybody else or whatever. But a leader is the person who's out there at the front of the line, directing people where to go, in the trenches, doing the stuff with them. That's what's important. And that's a responsibility of mine. Like, I have to set the example. I have to clean up the house. Don't complain about it. There's nothing to complain about because you're taking care of my kid. Like, this is a male responsibility. It's to lead. Okay. And like vice versa, like that trickles down though, because then you have to lead too, because you're leading our kid. I'm leading you. You're leading the kid. It all comes together. And then we're teaching her by example how to go out and be a leader as well. I don't know. I'm sorry. I expanded too much. Got me going. I wanted to get on my soapbox.
Yeah, no, I think that's your flirtiest thing because I do feel like life is stages and seasons, and this season I don't need you to like demand that you pick me up and we go somewhere for like 3 hours and do some fun random beach day or hike or something. Like there was a time and a place, but now that's unrealistic because we have a tiny human. So like it's more flirtatious to be like, oh, I took the baby so you could have an hour and a half to yourself, or I cleaned up the downstairs because I know you've had a tough day and I know you like the downstairs like anywhere clean, or just like running the vacuum, that kind of stuff. And then I think that will obviously evolve and change. So it's not like forever your flirting is going to be like taking out the trash.
I hope not. But if it is, that's fine too. I mean,
no, I think it'll change. It's one of those things where they say, you know, like we'll get to sleep again. We'll get to go on dates and not have to worry about childcare again. Like it'll all come back. It's just a season. Okay, next question.
What's one thing I probably don't realize you admire about me?
One thing that you don't realize that I admire about you. One thing that you don't realize that I admire about you. Probably your willingness to like go to church and show up and dress nice and be there.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Without ever complaining or making a like negative comment or anything, because you never have. And I think that that's something that you probably don't know that I admire about you, because I very rarely say that.
I appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
Next question.
What's the silliest argument we've ever had?
About if we can tidy up the house before we leave to be early to a place.
That's the silliest one? Okay.
What, do you have another one in mind? The silliest argument that we've ever had?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that one's kind of serious. But
no, I mean, it seems silly to me because I'm like, wouldn't you want to come home to a
I
tidy home?
absolutely want to come home to a tidy home, but I also really don't want to be late.
Yeah, but whatever we were doing, we were not going to be late.
That's
I don't know.
True.
What is your answer? Do you have a better silliest argument? I feel like we just...
I don't know. I don't know that it's possible to pinpoint what the silliest argument was, because it feels like all of the arguments that we've had have been bullshit. Like, just kind of ridiculous. Like, it's usually some form of like slight miscommunication that in the end we laugh about, and it wasn't a big deal to begin with. So why was it a problem at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not keeping them in my brain.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I got a short memory on that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't think of a I guess I'm not one to like have. I don't. If I'm only gonna have an argument, if it's worth it. So like something silly. I don't know. Probably like dumb stuff, like when we miscommunicate about what we're doing over a weekend and then the weekend gets lost.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, next question. I always set that down. I need a separate table.
Ooh, what was your first impression of me?
That you were cool, confident, calm, and collected. My first impression of you we met, I was working at a like wellness center that included chiropractors, and Isaiah had hurt his back surfing, and just like walked through the door like I should know who he is. Like he didn't give me his name to check in for his appointment. It was just like, I'm here. So you were very confident and just like, you should know who I am, to the point where I like looked in his file, like, have I talked to this guy before? Do I know who he is? No, I don't. And then, so it was that. And then you were confusing too, because it was like you wanted to talk to me, but then you weren't giving anything. Like I would ask you a question and you just would give a one-word answer, but then you wouldn't like stop continuing the conversation. So then like I would carry the conversation on. It was confusing. I think you were confident because you were like, oh, I'm a photographer, and I thought that was really cool.
I tried really hard to sell her a picture that I'd shot, and she did not take any bites.
And I was in the market. Like literally the week before, I was at a photography studio. Is that not a studio? Where they hang? Is that what it's called? But like
it's like an art gallery.
A gallery, yes, on the Big Island, of this other photographer who basically shot like turtles and waves and stuff. And I was looking for a wave piece of art to put on my wall. And I did not buy one from him. And I have not bought one from you, but I have them on my wall. Okay. Anyway, so I thought that was really cool, but I was really confused about, like, it seems like he's flirting with me, but he hasn't. Like, he didn't ask for my number, but he asked for my Instagram. And then you like made some offhand remark about how we should get coffee, but it wasn't a direct like asking me on a date. What was that noise?
That was the calendar.
Oh. So then I was very confused. Like, I thought maybe you had a girlfriend because you weren't very direct in that manner. And then, so it was just very confusing. That was my first impression, was confident, but also confusing.
Yep. Got to play the long game. Keep them guessing, but stay cool.
Yep. Okay, we got to wrap it up because our baby is awake. So.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.